How weekends go, tryna tuck off, got some places we could go. Swear she got the like wow, she's blessed on blessed. I don't GA, you tryna yes on yes on yes on yes. Say less. Say less. You ain't go. Say less.
Sheesh. What you saying? I don't understand.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. We're on to the divisional round now, 2 steps away from playing on the biggest stage in sports. It's the Buccaneers going up against the Cardinals.
Okay, Larry, first opened in 2006. Here's a look inside University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Arizona Cardinals. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. First and 10, Winston. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's second down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Throwing again, Winston on second and 10. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to face a third down. From the gun, Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as the no-fly zone.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Williams. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. Yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. It's a gain of 20. And picking up the first. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now a handoff here to his running back. The 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Keith Mumphrey, 49 yards. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. First quarter touchdown run. Remember this coming on the heels of his NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance that was so great last week.
Did you feel the rumble all the way up here in the
big
booth?
Bodies up front.
Big bodies moving people, and him, of course, charging through those great holes that were created.
So off to a great start here. Maybe looking for award number 2, adding to the award that he won last week in the NFC. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They go play action here on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Here we go now. Detroit!
This is Logan. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And this offensive unit, they have to face a third down and 12 now. Looking to throw. Flushed out right. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked off that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, a 22. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run. Probing now early to try and get things done later.
And he's got it across midfield and down to about the 47-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. They'll run it here with Logan. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They're going to look to throw. And finding the tight end, Wilson. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 3rd down, that's Logan. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gordon. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 6 there on first.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Here we go.
They run again with Logan. He's to the 10. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great play there. A 23-yard run. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now Jameis on second down. Escaping the pressure right. And some room to work. And they're able to get this one across the 35. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs. Now a handoff working right. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They'll try to throw now. Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now they'll run it on the toss. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Second down, Winston. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And to give this time to the tailback. Down to the 25. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On second down, Washington. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. An extra DB added here for the Cards on third.
Blitzer play coverage.
Staying on the ground with Washington. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Washington trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. And the seemingly endless drive continues. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Parkey's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So they get the field goal, but part of that was a 14-play drive to get the 3.
Normally when you hold the ball that long, run that many plays, you end up in the end zone. There's a breakdown on the defense. Something happens. In this case, that didn't. But really good ball control by the offense. They're hoping that they can wear them down if they keep having drives like that.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Hurry up, here we go. No. Check, Patriot. Watch it now, Barney.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Now they try the right side here. Room here to run. And he takes it all the way down to the 15. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Ready.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. He will push his way down to about the 14. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Winston. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
And Parkey's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now back to throw. Flush to his right. He's going deep for Brown. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half. You know, I think that's the way they'll go.
On the carry, it's Logan. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we send you now to Orlando and our Tiburon studios, where Larry Ridley is standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They run with Logan. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Cardinals on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Let's go. 3-19. Leopard. Hurry up. Watch it now, Barney. Detroit. No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, look at this.
Back to throw here. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Let's go. Green, 39.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Williams. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another first down. They'll set up a throw. Throw left side complete. It's Logan. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll bring up a second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
He'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Tyrell Williams, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals draw a bit closer. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So the D-line's going to spread out.
Ready.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Winston now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cannon. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cannon. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Second down following the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down. Now Winston. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Little motion now from the tight end. On first, here's Washington. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a second down throw for Winston. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And he puts it through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up. And that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw left side complete. It's Gordon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Flushed out right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 16 yards there, 2 straight plays of 16 yards, and another 1st down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 56. Green, 56. Green, 39. Watch it now, Barney. Leopard. Set. Green, Detroit.
They'll set up to throw. And this is caught at the 8. 23 yards on the play. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat. Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, it got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal.
All right, here we go. Green.
They'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
For Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. Now a handoff as they run left side. Room to run inside the 40. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
Down right around the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this. But they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that's a big one there. It's his 3rd field goal of the game, and a 2-score lead's got to feel pretty good right about now.
And while they're not free and clear yet, you're right. Now this defense can go out knowing that it's going to take more than one big play to catch them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Here we go now.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side. Williams. That one goes for 24 yards.
Here we go. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent from him.
In trouble, and he's taken down. Noah Spence in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go now. Green, 30. Over.
They'll look to throw here. Steps away to his left. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Cardinals. 48 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Here we go now.
Back to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Now a handoff looking right. They find some open field here. 31 yards there and a 1st down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
And it's 1st and goal now, but still 10 yards to go. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. This offense so far on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So on comes the kicker, Cody Parkey, in a big spot. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out now come the Cardinals. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
here. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Well, the D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play? Or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they give the set they want. They go right to the blitz. And in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that fourth down.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.